Cristian Leroy Duncan. And to face him in the red corner, representing the Kingdom of BRN, Sultan Omarov.
We continue here at middleweight. In the blue corner, Cristian Leroy Duncan from United Kingdom. His opponent making his way to the cage in the red outfit, Sultan Omarov from Bahrain. Duncan is very elusive striking, excellent in and out footwork, beautiful whipping motion that he draws the power up from the ground beautifully to transfer that to his limbs. Omarov, great boxing skills, excellent wrestling up against the cage, power double leg. This is going to be a very exciting fight at middleweight. Round one. Duncan in the blue, Omarov in the red. You'll see Leroy Duncan pepper in those kicks, use the combinations to set up that power hand. He's looking for a way in here. Turning wheel kick, throwing these strikes and techniques, very unorthodox. But that keeps his opponent guessing as well, makes it very hard to predict what Leroy Duncan's going to do. Leroy Duncan with a squatted stance here so he can defend the takedown, trying to force the head downward and take the leg out of this single leg here. Omarov, as promised, with the good wrestling techniques up against the cage. Omarov's going to look to skip that leg out and drag Leroy Duncan down to the ground. Looking to lace that left leg. Might look to circle around to his right side to finish this takedown. Leroy Duncan now just working the grips, staying calm, trying to force the hands apart of Omarov. Then he'll start to stuff the head and work for the underhooks when he gets back to his feet. Using the whizzer here to prevent the back take of Omarov up against the cage. As soon as he gets to an ability to turn into his opponent, he's going to look to pummel for the underhooks here. There we go. Textbook cage defense from Duncan. Omarov takes the reshot on the single leg here. Has to be careful about giving his back up in this position. And Duncan's corner asking him to use the grip to stand up, to threaten the Kimura potentially, but he's got to get back to his feet. He's got to get his legs underneath him to get back to his feet here. Look into the corner. And Omarov doing a great job of using the shin of his left leg to pry open the grip of Duncan. Some nice punches from Duncan. Omarov hailing from Bahrain, our host country for the World Championships in 2019. Thank you very much for having us. A pleasure to be here in this wonderful country. As you see Omarov get to his feet, land some strikes here. Leroy Duncan again with that Kimura grip, switches to go to the whizzer. Wrist control from Duncan, nice knee from Omarov. Duncan did a great job of defending this takedown here. He's maintaining the top position, but having a very difficult time in changing the position with regards to pummeling for the underhooks. Oi, nice separation from Leroy Duncan. Beautiful duck under that big overhand right of Omarov, and the bell sounds. But there's no question about it. Cristian has really done his homework with regards to defending the takedown up against the cage. Fully aware of there's some excellent wrestlers in this competition. You just simply have to be able to wrestle or anti-wrestle. Understand the ability to force the head, to funnel the underhooks, to use the whizzer to prevent the back take. We see here from the replay, Duncan on the canvas here, using the punches to soften up and distract Omarov. And Duncan looking to stand to his feet here, get straight back up, straight away looking for the whizzer. Separation at the end of the round. Round 2 here. Leroy Duncan starting where he has the best attributes, which is in his striking. Nice leg kick from Duncan. Superman punch attempt from Omarov. Just trying to close the distance here. Duncan looking for the turning back kick. Duncan, a master of disguising the various techniques and also a master of distance here. Needs to circle off, and yes, a beautiful work. Circle off with hips heavy, striking the head of Omarov to prevent him reaching out for the takedown. Perfect anti-grappling techniques here from Duncan. Omarov now finding himself defended in his realm up against the cage using the whizzer. He's going to look to lace the legs to disrupt the balance of Duncan. Could potentially look for hip tosses, inside trips. He's going to look to opt to the 100% here. He's going to look to turn this position around. Beautiful work, keeping heavy, manipulating the head and the leg of Duncan. Switching to the single leg here. Watch him for him to bow down. Switch to the double leg. Might look for the ankle pick in this position here. Duncan now forced to defend the takedown again from Omarov. Single leg here. Duncan reaches out. He's got to think about stuffing the head here and getting back to his feet. Just as he did before the end of the first round. Did a good job in that separation here. He's got to do the same thing, stuff the head, post the hand, get the legs underneath him, use the whizzer to prevent the back take, turn into his opponent, work the underhooks and gain some leverage for the separation. Just under a minute now left in round 2. Admirable for Leroy Duncan to keep fighting in this position and be persistent in his ability to defend the takedown here. He's not getting frustrated. He's sticking to the game plan. Even though he's up against the cage and Omarov is on the outside, pressuring, he's still looking for ways out. Beautiful work. Duncan very, very aware of what he needs to do, and he implements that. Omarov looking for the single leg here. Again, he's got to look for the separation. Last 10 seconds of the round. Can't afford to give up the takedown at the end of the round here. Omarov looking for the inside trip, gets it. Duncan getting a warning about holding the cage. And the end of round 2 arrives. Duncan again with a great takedown defense, but Omarov just able to drag Duncan to the ground numerous times to rack up the points. You see from the replay here, single leg, the switch to the double leg from Omarov. His ability just to chain the takedown attempts here to keep his opponent guessing. He gets the single leg. Duncan is forced to accept the canvas once again. Round 3. Duncan in the blue, Omarov in the red. Oh, turning wheel kick hit the chin there. And that's what Duncan's got to do at range. He's got to keep the distance here, throw the unorthodox techniques, try and catch Omarov with his hands down. It makes for a very exciting prospect for the fact such an elusive and high-level striker with great wrestling techniques. Superman punch there from Omarov. Duncan doing a good job of trying to fire that right hand down the pipe. Omarov looking to change levels. Duncan with his heavy right hand. Omarov forced to take a step back. So Omarov now just circling out, breathing quite heavy. Turning back kick here. Just over 2 minutes left here. If Duncan can keep this fight standing, he could potentially finish this fight with one of those big power right hands. Left hook there from Duncan, just missing. Whistling past the face of Omarov. Duncan going to the body here. Change of a level here from Omarov, picking the ample time to look for the takedown, lacing the leg to prevent Duncan getting back to his feet. Omarov now with the task to pull Duncan away from the cage and to prevent that stand-up. Duncan now needs to be careful about the back take here. Watch for him to use that right arm to separate. Beautiful separation. Duncan's going to fire these punches in now, looking for the headshots here. He's got to separate from the clinch here. Dirty boxing from Duncan. Omarov is having a very difficult time in getting around these punches, but shoots him for the double leg. Just under a minute left in round 3. Duncan has done a great job of separating from a very dominant wrestler as Omarov gets the takedown. The crowd respond. Very educated crowd here in Bahrain. Duncan now is going to find it difficult to get back to his feet here without the cage as his friend. Turns his back, but he's got to spring back to his feet here and try and turn into his opponent. Under 30 seconds left on the clock. Duncan's back to his feet here, and Omarov dragging him back down to the ground. Big takedown from Omarov now with a body lock. Duncan forced to fend off his back, just coming up to the last 10 seconds of round 3. And Omarov doing enough here to secure the top position at the end of the round. Omarov noticeably tired here. Duncan didn't make it easy for him at all. Show of respect between the two athletes, the United Kingdom and Bahrain, inside cage 2. But again, we will call upon the services of the judges here at cage side. 3 judges scoring from different vantage points. They will consolidate their scores up and come back to us. But look at the replay here. Turning back, wheel kick, boom, straight to the chin. It could have been all over then and there. It looked like Omarov was rocked by that kick. Duncan did a great job fighting a superior wrestler. In England, we don't have the affordance of wrestling at high school or secondary school or college or university. And Omarov almost certainly has been wrestling since a young age. Duncan did a great job of defending the takedown, but we'll go to the judges' scorecards for the official decisions, so stay tuned for that.